Jack Aitken is someone that you're probably familiar with, winning 4 F2 races during his 2 seasons in the championship to date. But how's Aitken got to this point? Let's investigate. To jump right back to the very beginning, Aitken was born in London, England, September 23rd, 1995. Like many, Aitken began his career in motorsport, competing in karting. The earliest statistics for Aitken is of the 2006 Kartmasters British Grand Prix, WTP Cadet Championship, racing alongside none other than George Russell. Aitken also scored some decent results in 2006, finishing third in the Bayford Kart Club Summer Sprint Championship Honda Cadet and fourth in the Super 1 National Honda Cadet Championship, which was won by Alex Albon. His first championship victory came in 2009 when he won the Buckmore Park Summer Championship Minimax after finishing runner-up the previous years. 2011 was Aitken's final year in karting, ending his karting career as runner-up in the B&L Karting Series Rotamax Junior. This was after a few second and third finishes in the various championships. In 2013, Aitken competed in the Formula Renault 2.0 Northern European Cup, finishing second. This result was rather impressive when you look at the rest of the grid. It contained the likes of Oliver Rowland, Esteban Ocon, and Alex Albon. 2014 saw Aitken compete in 2 races of the Pro Mazda Championship, before he then claimed 1 race victory, 4 podiums, and 1 pole position in the 2014 Formula Renault 2 Euro Cup, finishing 7th. He then took part in 8 races of the 2014 Formula Renault 2 Alps, in a grid that contained Nick de Vries, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell. In 2015, Aitken claimed victory in the Formula Renault 2 Euro Cup, finishing ahead of Louis Delatraz and the late Antoine Hubert and Jake Hughes. He also won the Formula Renault 2 Alps, beating Jake Hughes to the title. The title-winning streak continued for the Cooper Tires Winterfest Pro Mazda in a grid that contained Nicholas Latifi. Aitken took another step in his career in 2016, competing in 4 races of 2006 Formula V8 3.5 and 8 of the Euro Formula Open Championship races. He was made part of the Renault F1 Young Driver Programme in 2016, being able to drive the Lotus E20 around Jerez, Spain. He then made his GP3 debut, ending the season in a respectable 5th behind Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon. He then returned to the championship the next year to finish 2nd behind George Russell in the 2017 GP3 Championship for ART Grand Prix, after competing for Arden International the previous season. It was this 2nd place finish that earned him an opportunity in Formula 2, the final run of the ladder to F1. He finished in 11th place, finishing 2nd in the featured race in Baku, Azerbaijan, and taking his first F2 race victory in Barcelona, Spain. For the 2019 F2 Championship, Aitken moved to Campos Racing, ending the season in 5th place. He took his first victory of the season in Baku, Azerbaijan, while taking 3rd in the sprint race the following day. He then finished 2nd in Barcelona, Spain, before taking 3rd at the Circuit Paul Ricard in France. Aitken then claimed victory in his own home race at Silverstone, before finishing 2nd in Hungary 2 weeks later. Aitken claimed an emotional victory at Monza the week after his Renault Academy colleague and friend Antoine Hubert died during a race at Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium. Going into the 2020 F2 season, it was announced that Aitken had left Renault and moved to the Williams Academy to be their official reserve driver. It was also announced that Aitken had retained his seat at Campos Racing. So, does Jack Aitken have a future in F1? I think so, yes. He's a very talented driver, and he has proved he can race with the F1 drivers, albeit during their junior careers. His move to Williams could be a very smart one, with George Russell not going to be staying around for too long. A potential seat may be available there. It just depends on the financial situation of Williams when Russell makes a potential setup to Mercedes. To read a more in-depth look at Aitken's career, head over to theapexmotorsport.com And if you want to view our new range of motorsport merchandise, then head over to the apexmotorsportstore.com. Make sure you follow us on social media, which is on screen now. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any talking points from the world of motorsport.